Education plays a fundamental role not just about filling learners' mind with facts, but also in shaping individuals in societies. A central question within educational philosophy is whether education should focus on teaching students what to think or how to think. This question draws attention to the broader purpose of education and its relationship with freedom, truth, and personal development. In teaching what to think from a traditional standpoint, education is often viewed as the transmission of knowledge from teacher to student. It is a way of transmitting established knowledge, beliefs, and norms, including facts, cultural values, religious beliefs, and moral principles. As Plato believed in the importance of guiding the soul toward truth in the Republic, he argued that education should direct students towards the forms, especially the form of the good. This implies a normative view in which there is a correct way to think about the world, in which living a just life aligned with reason leads to true happiness. He also prescribes the ideal state and the just individual based on reason, harmony, and the pursuit of the good. It offers a vision of how society and individuals ought to be rather than merely describing the world as it is. On the other hand, teaching students how to think, how to analyze situations, ask meaningful questions, reason logically, and consider different perspectives, developing independent reasoning, critical analysis, and self-reflection, prepares them for real-life challenges. It empowers them to make informed decisions, solve problems independently, and contribute meaningfully to the society. In a world filled with misinformation, teaching how to think is also a defense against manipulation and blind conformity. An alternative, it argues that education should foster critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and independent judgment, as supported by some philosophers like Socrates. Through the Socratic method, it emphasizes asking questions rather than giving answers, which goal was to help students think for themselves, not to give them fixed beliefs. Aside from it, an American pragmatist like John Dewey also supports that education should cultivate reflective thinking and democratic citizenship. He wrote that education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. In fact, teaching how to think promotes autonomy and lifelong learning, encourages democratic participation, empathy, and adaptability. Helps students also navigate a complex changing world. This approach also respects students' individuality. Every learner comes from a different background and has unique experiences. When we teach students how to think, we give them the tools to form their own opinions and understand the world in a way that makes sense to them, rather than forcing a one-size-fits-all view. Therefore, while there is still value in knowing certain facts, education should prioritize developing students' ability to think critically and independently. Ultimately, education should prioritize teaching students how to think, to reason, to reflect, and engage critically with the world while responsibly guiding them through what is currently known. Knowledge should be a foundation, not a boundary. As Socrates might suggest, the goal is not to fill minds with information, but to ignite the desire for understanding. Hence, true learning starts when students are encouraged not just to know, but to understand.